In every negative situation, in every bad thing, in every negative result, there's a silver lining if you look hard enough. While the Seattle Seahawks defense had, and objectively I say, its best performance of the season this past Sunday in overtime in Pittsburgh in prime time against a Steelers team loaded with playmakers, Seattle's defense had its best performance of the season, only allowing, and for the first time this season, under 400 total yards of offense. 345 to be exact. And while that number might not seem all that great, well, relative to Seattle standards this season and in the last, that is absolutely great. However, the defense's performance isn't even the biggest reason for optimism moving forward. That is the play of Trey Brown. Let's hop right into it, shall we?
Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that. Yeah. Here comes the.
For those of y'all that watched the game, obviously, as we all know, Trey Brown had a critical third down stop in overtime on 3rd and 4 at the Pittsburgh 26-yard line. Ben Roethlisberger was getting ready to throw it to Ray McCloud in the flat, but Trey Brown comes in like a wrecking ball and tackles him with spot-on technique. Not only do they get a stop, but for the second game in a row, Seattle's defense puts Geno Smith and the offense in position to win the football game. As we all know, unfortunately, Geno Smith fumbles and the rest is history. But Trey Brown, I talked about Trey Brown as soon as we drafted him. And in that explanation, in that episode, I talked about how Trey Brown is a clutch football player. He's a guy that has great instinct. He's a competitor. He's a dog. He's only about 5'10", 186, 190 pounds, but he doesn't play like a 5'10" corner. He plays a lot bigger than that. And not only is he a punishing tackler, he's a great tackler. He tackles with great technique, but he's actually pretty good in coverage. Upon entering the game in his 6th defensive snap of the regular season, Big Ben immediately tested Trey Brown on 3rd and 4, lined up against Deontay Johnson. How did that end up? Well, Deontay Johnson was running the go route along the sideline, and Trey Brown stopped him short. While some of y'all might just be like, oh, it's just a corner getting a stop on 3rd down. It was a go route. I mean, you stay on top of that. You have a little bit of help over the top. It's not that hard to stop. Well, like I said earlier, relative to Seattle standards on defense, they have been on pace to be the worst defense in all of NFL history. You got to take things for what they are, and you got to take the positive things and kind of just run with it. Not only that, on 5 targets towards Trey Brown, Big Ben only completed 2 passes for 9 yards. And in targeting Trey Brown, Big Ben only had a passer rating of a ghastly 47.9. In limited snaps, I think Trey Brown only played about 40 snaps. Trey Brown had 3 tackles. Every single tackle was textbook. Every single tackle was a hard hit. And every single stop in coverage was perfectly executed. Now, it did take a Sidney Jones injury for Trey Brown to get on the football field a lot more, but Pete Carroll said in his press conference, he's going to play more. He deserves it. He's earned it. And for a rookie to come in, a rookie 5th rounder, mind you, to come in into a crucial game in overtime, in prime time, for him to come in and to make impactful plays. There's a reason why during the preseason, he was already getting first team reps. If not for a knee injury, he'd probably be the starter by now. But better late than never. And moving forward with the way that him and DJ Reed performed against the Steelers, they held Chase Claypool to 2 catches and 17 yards. He was supposed to explode, right? Against the Denver Broncos' vaunted secondary, 5 catches for 130 yards and a touchdown. We all had thought that, oh, Chase Claypool is going to do this. He's going to do that against Seattle secondary. 2 catches and 17 yards? That's not going to cut it. DJ Reed also played phenomenal. Hats off to him. Jamal Adams, yes, he dropped another pick, but hats off to him as well. Jamal Adams is only going to look better if he has more competent play at the cornerback positions. Trey Brown gave a whole lot of life to this defense. They looked noticeably better. Everybody on the unit looked better. They had their best performance of the season, especially in the second half, holding the Pittsburgh Steelers to only 9 points, including overtime. And so moving forward, I think Seattle's unearthed yet another gem. Remember, Richard Sherman was drafted in the 5th round. And I'm not saying that Trey Brown is going to be another Richard Sherman, but Seattle does have a knack for finding talent in the later rounds. A lot of the knocks on Trey Brown coming into the draft was his lack of size, the fact that he tends to get beaten by bigger receivers when 50-50 balls are in the air, but I don't really see that as being an issue now. DJ Reed has been holding his own against bigger receivers, and yes, he's been burnt, but everybody's gonna get burnt. As I mean, not a lot of corners are really gonna go out there and be able to cover them. And so for Tre Brown to come in and not only hold his own, but to make impactful play after impactful play on a limited number of snaps, that has to be a great sign moving forward for Seattle. And yes, it does come in a limited sample size. It is his first game of the year, and he played in only about 40 snaps, and so teams are surely to pick on him moving forward. But if he's to exhibit any of what he showed against Pittsburgh, and if he's to exhibit what he showed at Oklahoma, not only is he gonna be a starter for Seattle, but he's gonna, I feel like, be a key and a critical component to fixing this defense as a whole. Now, if the coverage on the back end is a little better moving forward, that alone is going to improve the pass rush, even if Seattle doesn't add any significant pieces. And so with Tre Brown, I'm real excited about his potential. Like I mentioned in that pre-draft or in that post-draft video about Tre Brown, he always happens to be at the right spot at the right time. He's a competitor, he's a dog, he's a great tackler, he's great in run support, he can hold his own in coverage, he can hold up with the bigger guys, he's physical at the line of scrimmage, he's able to jam receivers, his physicality, the way that he's able to rough up these receivers during games, I mean, it's absolutely phenomenal. I'm excited. I like what I'm seeing, and moving forward, I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up being one of the biggest steals of the draft. And he's super, super clutch. If you guys saw him at Oklahoma, you'll know what I'm talking about. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Am I misreading this? Is this more of a fluke, or is Tre Brown the real deal moving forward? Has Seattle unearthed yet another gem in the later rounds of the draft? Let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know if you guys also think if he'll be the starter for this coming Monday night against New Orleans Saints. That marks the conclusion of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. But before we go, again, don't forget to use our promo code SteezyBandz on all your sports bets on BetUS. Be sure to click on our link down below to receive a 125% sign-up bonus on any deposit on up to $2,500. Let's go get you some cash. Nothing but love. All glory to God. And Steezy out. Again, this video is going to be dedicated to Mr. Todd Nas. While that concludes this video, we have loads of other content. You don't have to stop watching there. Other content on our channel homepage, as well as our social media platforms. And again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for us. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Nothing but love, and Steezy out.